So we're going to set up some perimeter security for our noisemakers. We're going to do pace a distance and then shoot an angle with the compass from the nearest tent edge, and then we'll mark it on the back of the map, and we'll have sort of like a landmine map to indicate so that we don't trip our own stuff. And hopefully we'll take most opportune angles of approach that we feel that the enemy's going to hit, and that's where we'll set up our noisemakers. Because it's like a defense point. If you set it up far enough, they might set the trap before they see you. If you see them, then they can't. You can bust them and get their points before they get their 25 points.
Have you guys ever done that and been successful with using booby traps, FTXs?
Last year we did.
Okay.
We actually set them up at a previous campsite, and we moved 100 yards away, and we left some of those there, and at night we heard them being tripped. They had walked over our old campsite. They never did find our campsite last year. So they do work. And then this is just a simple mousetrap.
So it doesn't cost $1 million?
No, it's like
pretty simple.
Like 50 cents,
yeah.
You know, and then some fire line so it doesn't break.
That doesn't have enough transistors for us.
Enough transistors? Oh, like your window noisemakers? How loud are those?
They're screeching.
Really?
And they cost $1 at the dollar store.
Wow, when that thing
I've
goes
also
up,
got
they're gonna probably get.
I've also got some that I figured they're just like that, but when you trip them, a light comes on and it's electronic. So
well, the thing is I like that idea, because if poop was to hit the fan and I'm using my house as a defense, and let's say I've got a garden in the backyard and I'm trying to defend it, you put one of those noisemakers around the perimeter of your yard, someone tries to infiltrate, and that noise goes off. It scares them all.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a how can I say a non-intrusive way of creating danger without hurting somebody.
Absolutely.
So I didn't realize they were that cheap though. This thing sets off this really good. Yeah, make sure your knife is clear of your compass. So I am going to go see what I want to set there. Let's go 120 degrees.
So right now Bubba is shooting an azimuth from the edge of our camp right here. He's going to shoot an azimuth and he's going to go out to a certain spot, or certain space out. So we're 25 paces out.
Yep. So 66 for me is 100 meters, or I'm sorry, 100 yards. Okay, so let's tie it to a skinnier tree.
How high up do you want to do it?
Oh, you want it low. You want it low so they can't see it.
Okay.
So I like this tree right here, because it's not as big as round, and pull the string out so it's perpendicular to the edge of the swamp. Because if they come in, they're going to try to hug this at night, if possible.
How far are you going to stretch that one tripwire?
Oh, well, it depends how much line I got.
Okay, so you can stretch it pretty far.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so this isn't just like they have to walk between these two trees right here. They could actually go through like a 90-foot area.
One pull this way and probably use the same tree and pull this way. So if they meander a little bit too far away from the edge, then they'll hit both of them. And then this will be our defensive line for the northeast side.
Okay. And then so we're 25 yards away from the edge of our camp. So when you look back,
not 25 yards, 25 paces.
25 paces or so from the edge of our camp. And when you look back, especially at night, it's going to be pretty difficult to see what we got going on over here.
50 yards. So we're probably about 30 yards away from camp.
Okay.
Of course, keep an eye on for me.
You put the knot on the back side of the tree?
Yeah, because the anticipated direction is this way.
Okay. So, do you need to use a lightweight line like that, like fishing line?
No, this is 40-pound test.
That is 40-pound test. Is that braided?
Yes.
Okay, so it's 40-pound braid, so it's going to be, basically you want something that's lightweight but very strong and not going to stretch.
Yeah.
So it's got to be braid then, so because you don't want the stretching.
All right, so I'm going to use this cluster as a camouflage point. Hide the line a little bit. Make sure you tie it underneath the bar, because once it's set.
And you're tying it right to the little trip switch on there.
Yes, because that's just like the mouse hitting the cheese.
So you're saying the SMVM's kind of cheesy?
Hey, wait a minute, that's my group. If anybody's cheesy, I'm cheesy.
Now, did you have to modify that trap or anything? It's just standard?
No.
Okay.
I just took the plastic off of it and that's it.
All right. Because I see a lot of things online where people have to drill through and this and that. And
I've done that before.
Yeah.
I've drilled a hole on a larger and actually put it on the back of a tree
Mhm.
and then painted it and done that. And that has also worked.
I wonder if a rat trap would snap a glow stick. So you'd get that audio, but you'd also have a visual, just like a military glow stick trap.
Yeah, so you see where I've got the line,
Okay, so you got the line from there
and then I
through
rest it
here.
on some twigs
Oh,
and
so it's-
branches so it stays elevated, because
Okay.
I don't want it tight and taunt and set the trap off. But when they kick it,
And that's all it takes, is they're just going to have to
and it's
just
going to yank this.
yank it, trip over it with their, okay, drag it along with their boot a little bit, and that's going to go off.
Trap is set.
And that's that.
And because
So
it's
there is
hidden,
no tension on that line. The whole point is that they just take it for a ride when they hit it with
and
their boot.
it's going to yank it and pop.
Okay.
And you can see as they're coming in this direction, they're going to hardly see it.
Yeah. So with the reel of fishing line and a pocket full of these little things, you can put up a whole perimeter alarm system
Oh, heck yeah.
for $10. Well, maybe 15 with the line.
Yeah. Yeah. So
And this isn't anything the dollar store isn't going to have. You know?
this is as cheap as you can get.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, let's set this other one.